Hello friends, I am Nehaljan from QC Finance 13. Today I am going to talk something about MATLAB, or you can say a brief introduction to MATLAB. These are the content about which we are going to talk today. That's introduction to MATLAB, overview, mathematics, programming, M files, graphics, and etc. Now, basically, what is MATLAB? Uh, the it stands for the Matrix Laboratory. That is, we called it a MATLAB. Now, this software comprises of say computational tools, visualization tools, simulation, integrated development environment, and it is a very high level fourth generation language. Now, talking about MATLAB system, here we have language, working environment, graphic system, mathematical functions, and application program interface, such as the language through which we can use and define the array and matrices, input output data structures, user defined, etc. In the working environment, we can edit, use variable managements, import and export data. In graphical system, we can view the data in 2D or 3D animation, and other custom GUI developments can be done. Now, coming towards MATLAB functions, in this we use the mathematical functions that can define basics such as sum, sine, cos, and other trigono functions, and advanced that can FFT, that is fast Fourier transform, inverse, basis functions, etc. Other than that, it also have application programming interface that is with C, Fortran, Java. Now about the parts of the MATLAB that we have almost talked, that's an developed environment, programming languages, graphics toolboxes, and API, that is application programming interface. Now talking about the MATLAB's appeal, it has excellent development and rapid prototyping environment. There are basic data elements. This also quickly solve the problems which can be formulated in the vector or matrix form, and also it has a large collection of the toolbox. Here are some of the toolboxes that MATLAB uses. The main parts are included the math and analysis, data acquisition and import, signal and image processing, and control design. And there are many sub parts of these toolboxes that we can see on the screen. Now coming towards the MATLAB's important windows, there are 5 to 6 windows in MATLAB that are very important and useful. They are command window, command history, current directory, workspace, array editor and debugger. This works as their name, such as the command window. In this, we can enter the commands about which we have to operate. The command history contains the history of the commands that we have entered previously. The current directory, array editor for the modifying of the MATLAB variables, and editor and debugger. Here you can see the main interface of the MATLAB that we call the desktop of the MATLAB. In this we can see the workspace, current directory, current that is command window, command history, and the workspace on which the one. Here is the editor window that edits the source files or other files that such as .m files. Now the MATLAB's help. MATLAB is a very sophisticated and provides help for nearly each function that we can use in the MATLAB. Now, if you are on the command window, then you can get the help on the following topics by typing the help command and the help you want, such as the general purpose commands for the operators and special characters, programming, elementary, specialized math functions, data analysis and Fourier transforms, and n number. There are also many command line help topics, uh, which you can get by typing the help math func on the command. In this, you can get such as for metric analysis, you can get the help for norm, that is matrix or vector norm, norm, normest, rank, trace, and etc. There are also some of the functions help that you can get on the command line, such as determinant and many other functions. Here is some keyword search in the help entries that you can see and understand that how we can use it. Here are some variables basics, such as if you want to operate on a functions such as 16 plus 24 equal to 40, if you want to give this a name such as product, then you can use a variable product and assign it to your answer. Here is a small example for the using how to use the variables, such as product. We are using a product variable for the multiplication, and you can see how it works. Now coming towards the MATLAB data type basics. In the MATLAB, the basic data type that is used is double precision array. In this, we do not need to uh, autom- in this we do not have need to declare, that is, a MATLAB automatically allocates the required memory. It dynamically resizes the array, and you can use the variable name again, that is, simply use it in the left hand side of an assignment statement. MATLAB also displays the result in the scientific notation. Now some basics of the variables, such as should know that the variables names are case sensitive in MATLAB, and also if they are reused, then they are overwritten also. Some basic variable class, such as the auto index array. Now it also allow the use of the entire array, such as scalar 1D, 2D, etc. all as operands, vectorization, terminology, special variables or functions, such as pi, nan, etc., and commands such as who and whose. Here is example of the multidimensional array, such as suppose we are generating a three-dimensional array that is filled with normally distributed random numbers, that is r equal to rand and 2 comma 3 comma 4, and we are operating it, and you can see the example and understand how does it works. Now coming towards the strings, strings are simply the words you can say that hello MATLAB. This we can assign this string to the variables and use them as per requirement. We can also get the diagonal elements of the matrices, such as if you are having a matrix named Dürer on the screen, we can see that, and you want the diagonal elements of that matrix, and you have to simply type a command diagonal of Dürer and you will get the answer. And similarly, the many functions can be operated, such as sum and other functions. We can there is also function flip left right that also operates on the matrix, such as you can see in the following example. By using these functions, we can interchange the columns by specific rule. Here is an example of the subscripting, through which we can assess the element using that. You can see this. Now the use of the colon operator. The colon operator is mainly used to create a row vector. Such as example, if you type a command 1 colon 5, then it creates a row which starts from 1 and ends at 5. If you do not mention the difference, then it normally takes the difference as 1. Such as in another example, we are mentioning the difference between the elements, such as 1 colon 0.9 colon 6. In this, 1 is the starting, 0.9 is the difference between elements, and 6 is the last ending. In this, we have to note one thing, that the last element is always less than or equal to the upper limit. It will never be greater than the upper limit. Now talking something about scripts and functions, such as scripts are not accepting the input arguments, not they produce an output. Rather, the functions accept the input argument and produce output variables. A file that contains a script or function is called an M file, and if a duplicate function names exist, the first in the search path is executed. Here is a small example of the function. You can see the example that we have discussed. Now, here are some important points that one should know about the syntax of the functions, such as if the file name and that is the M file name and the function name are different, then the file name takes precedence. Now, there is the function names must begin with a letter. Okay, the first file name, the first line must contain function followed by the most general calling syntax statement after initial contiguous commands, that is the help lines, are the body of the functions, and it terminates on the last line or a return statement. Now coming towards the if else statement, this is the most common and popular and the easiest I can see. In Here is a small example based on the if else statement, such as we are having two variables a and b, and if we have to find make a program to find the greater between or smaller between the two, can easily make it using the if else statement as given below. That is, only you have to type is the if a is greater than b. Here you have to use the logical operators instead of the variables. Then the output would be a is bigger, and if else if a is smaller than b, then b is bigger. In the following way we can get the answer by the following come. Similarly, the another statement can be the switch statement. Here it is used when we are having many cases for one, such as n is equal to 8. Now we have to get the such as we have to get the answer of a variable divided by 3 and the remainder that we are getting. In this case we are having number 8. If 8 is divided by 3, then what are the cases we can get the remainder? Such in case 0 we are taking no remainder. If there is no remainder, then this will be the output. But in this case, as we know that the remainder will be 2, therefore the output will come, the remainder is 2. Now the another is the for loop. It is also simplest program of the for loop that we can understand. We are taking two loop I and j, inner and outer loop, and performing a function based on them, that is I plus j to the power 2, and by this we are calculating the a that is out. Here again we are having the while loop, that is little bit similar than the for as the for loop. Here we are having the example of it. Now coming towards how we can load and save in the workspace. MATLAB can load and save data in the .mat format, that is .mat format. These are the binary files that can be transferred across platforms. As much accuracy as possible is preserved in this. Now coming towards the load, for loading, you have to type just load and the file name, or a variable a is say equal to load and bracket given a file name. And for the saving, you can use the save file name and the variable. Now here are some low level files into input output, such as the file opening and closing, unformatted input output, formatted input output, and these are the functions in these, such as in the file opening and closing we have fclose and fopen functions for opening and closing. In the unformatted input output we have fread and fwrite for read binary and data from the file and write binary data. And similarly in the formatted input output we have the following functions, such as fget1, fgets, and the others are file positioning and string conversion. The file positioning we have the following functions such as feof, that is used for test for end of file, f error, that is for query MATLAB about errors in the file input or output, frewind, fseek, ftel, and etc. In the string conversion, we have sprint and scanf, which are used for writing and reading the string. Here are the examples of that we have studied just now. Here are some format specifiers that one should know, such as the %c is used for single character, %e for exponential notations, %f for fixed point notations, and etc. There are n numbers of specifiers in the MATLAB. Now the other input output commands that we have in the MATLABs are such as fget1 colon line equal to fget1 of feed. This reads next line from the file without line terminator. And similarly, we are having many commands that you can see and use in the MATLAB. Now for reading and writing, you have some commands such as data comma count for reading. The other one can be the count for count equal to fwrite for writing and other. Now here are some pointer command, that is file pointer commands that we can use, which help us for testing for the end of file, sets the file position, gets the file position, rewinds, and inquire about the file input state and output status. We can use the following commands for this purpose. Now coming towards the structures, here are some points for the structure, such as the multi-dimension MATLAB arrays can be added, access element using textual fields, designators, and etc. You can see and study it. Structures are like arrays. You can say that the field can be added one at a time in this, such as a class to dot name equal to MPI. The same we can add the TBA in day 1 and day 2. It can also be used as a single statement, such as class to structure equal to name comma MPI day 1 day 2. Now here is a simple structure program that you can see and find its usability as given in the following example. It can also create a cell array using the curly braces as given in this example, in which we can specify the names of the coming towards the max and the min functions. The max and the min functions simply returns the indices of the maximum or the minimum values in a vector. Here are some of the examples by which you can get it clearly. Such as we have an array this, and if we want the maximum value this, then we can simply type the command using the max operator and we can get the maximum indices value that it has. And similarly for the minimum, function, as you can see the screen. We can also calculate the median, covariance, and standard deviations by using the functions name, median, cov, and var respectively. For this, here are the examples that how you can calculate the median, covariance, and standard deviation of a function. MATLAB is also very useful for the operations on the polynomial equations, such as if you are having an equation such as s cube minus 6x square minus 72s minus 27, then first you have to first define this equation in the MATLAB using the command p say any variable equal to the coefficient of the variable, that is s, in a serial order. Now you can operate on this, such as if you want to find the roots of this question, then you have to simply write the command roots and the variable and you will get the answer. We can also use the symbolic computational toolbox in the MATLAB, such as seams and seam is used to declare the symbols. In the following example, you can clearly see that Differentiation and integration can also be done on the MATLAB using the diff and int functions that are used for differentiating and integration respectively. Here is an example that you can see and find the answer. Here is a simple plot of a simple function, say x equal to 0 colon pi oblique 100 colon pi, and y is equal to sine of x. If we have to plot this graph, then the output will be this. This is example of the multiplots function. In this we can choose the color according to us, the counter and mesh graphs. You can see this. Now here is a subplot, that is it is used that it is used to display the multiple plots in the same figure window, such as subplot m comma n comma I. Then you can get this type of plots. Here is the mesh plot that also can get in the MATLAB. And this the mesh function generally generates a wireframe view of the matrix, say Z. It is a surface plots example. If you use the command the surf of Z, then it generates a colored facet 3D view of the surface. Now this you can see, this is a flat shading graph of the fig. It is interpolated shading example. Here is the example of the graphs that you can get of the different colors, say color using the command function such as color map hot. It would give the first one using the gray one, cool, and the pink respectively. Now this is a graph of the counter plot. It is used to create, display, and label isolines determined by the one or more matrices. In this we generate the isolines from values given by a matrix Z and displays it in the 2D. Now similarly for the 3D we use a function counter 3 of Z that generates the isoline from values given by the matrix Z and displays it in the 3D. Now coming towards the reading images, you know that the MATLAB can read the images of the various formats that includes the JPG, HDF, PCX, and the other formats. Now the function that is used to read the image files is IMRead. This function reads indexed intensity and true color images. These images are read into a unit 8 matrix of appropriate size, you can say. It automatically determines the format of the image based on the information in the header, and at the same time you can also specify a format as an optional second argument. This is the example of the reading image that you can use on the MATLAB. Now similarly as reading, we can also have the function of the writing images in the MATLAB. That can write the, similarly it can also write the various formats using the including the HDF, JPEG, PCX, etc. In this we use the IMWrite function for writing the image files. It also writes index, intensity, and true color images, and all determines the format from extension of file name. You can also specify an optional format if extension is absent or to force a particular format. Now here is an example for the writing images. In this you can see how you can use this function for the writing. Now here is the some small intro of the max function. It stands for the MATLAB executable. That's MATLAB and MATLAB executable EX. Max files are C and Fortran programs that can be called from MATLAB after compiling. Now why? Because the pre-existing C or Fortran programs can be called from MATLAB without rewriting codes in the MATLAB. Another is computations can do not run fast enough in MATLAB, such as for loops can be coded in C or Fortran for efficient implementation. A third one is access to the hardware such as A to D or D to A converters, that is analog to digital and digital to analog converters, GPIB hardware, serial or parallel port, and etc. Now to use the Macs, here are the some steps that you have to follow for using the Macs function. The first is prepare the CO410 Max program according to the MATLAB external interfacing rules. Second, compile the program using MATLAB command max MEX. Third, this command, that is max, in turn makes use of external CO410 compilers. Now the fourth one is call the compiled max function in the same way as calling any MATLAB function. Now here are some steps for changing the MATLAB startup behavior. You can follow this and change it, such as first you have to customize the MATLAB startup behavior, then create a startup.m file and place in the path, then my startup file. You can have this. Now in the MATLAB's path, such as the add path command, it adds the directories to the MATLAB search path. The RM path is used to remove the paths from the search path. Here is the view that you can see how it works. Here are some common commands that are used, such as the is or dir. It provides a directory listing of the current directory, that is sample.m file. Now pwd shows the current directory, the directory in which you are currently working, and etc. Now the other are such as the system command, that is used to run the operating system commands, the Unix system, the Unix command it can be used as well. Now the DOS command can be used on the DOS systems. Here a small example of that, of the DOS. Now here are the some links of the online MATLAB resources that you can go through and get more knowledge about it. Thank you. Have a nice day.